Hello everybody, how long has it been? I've lost count already. It's been years since I last uploaded. This is really getting out of hand now. Pretty ridiculous, if you ask me, alright? At the moment, I'm preparing to go on holiday. My room's a bit of a mess. I'm preparing to go on a little trip. I'm looking forward to it, but this means that I will not be able to upload unless I make videos now. Okay, so I thought something fun to do would to be just have a week where I review movies. This week, till I get back, today, we're going to be talking about Black Widow. Newest Marvel Cinematic Universe movie. Came out last week. I know I'm late to talking about this. Fuck off. Watched it last week, and I'm not going to lie, I've already forgotten most of the film. It is pretty forgettable. But today, I'm going to be reviewing the movie. So let me just explain the plot of the movie to you guys, alright? So the film starts out in like 1995 or whatever. You see Natasha as a young child, okay? She's just chilling over in Ohio. Idea why you would want to go to Ohio. And it turns out that they were actually there for fucking secret mission, so they weren't there voluntarily. They actually had to be there. The guy from Stranger Things walks in when they're all about to have family dinner. He's like, alright bitches, we gotta head out. We're just leaving. Then they drive to like an airstrip and some like people start shooting at them and they're like, whoa, fuck. And then they just fucking fly off over to Cuba. So they fucking fly over to Cuba and then they land, and the mother of the family, she's been shot, and all the kids are like, no, fuck, dying. Are you okay? She is not okay. Soldiers start crowding around the two little girls, alright? They like stab them with like some serum, make them go sleepy. And then it cuts to some credits, shows them getting kidnapped and shit, okay? And it just shows the Black Widows, training, alright? This would be a pretty good scene. Didn't have a cover, fucking smells like Teen Spirit over it, alright? Sitting in the cinema, I could not take this shit seriously, alright? No idea what it is, but smells like Teen Spirit just reminds me of just cringe white women. But yeah, anyway, then we cut to the future, alright? And this is, Black Widow, alright, I've got a little model of her here. Widow, she's running away from Thunderbolt Ross, big man Ross. He's trying to find Black Widow because she obviously she assaulted the King of Wakanda. She's done other stuff as well, like fucking join Captain America. So she's on the run, and then she like phone calls him, and Ross fucking roasts her. He's like, mate, listen, you've got no fucking friends, so I'd advise just turning yourself in. And that is true. Has no fucking friends. The only person who's there who she could call is pretty much just Captain America. As we know, Chris Evans' contract has run out and he's not coming back for any more movies. So she's on her own, okay? What she does, she like bamboozles Thunderbolt Ross by like putting a phone in like some like hotel, and then she's secretly on a boat going to Norway. So she's just chilling in Norway, and some fucking guy comes up and he's like, here's a house. So she's living in the house, and then she gets a package. She's like, what the fuck is this? She's watching like James Bond one night, and the power goes out in her house, so she's like, alright, guess I've got to drive to the main town to fix my power, even though she is on world news being hunted by pretty much every government, going like, where's the fucking Avengers? So she decides to go to the heavily populated town, and then out of nowhere fucking Taskmaster comes in. Wait, where is he? Fucking Taskmaster comes in. He starts trying to kill her, and she's like, fucking die, bitch. But then he's like fighting her. He has a chance to kill her, and then he's like, no, fuck it. Just walks over to the car, and Black Widow's like, why aren't you gonna fucking kill me? It's like, she sees like some package. The package that was sent to her. It was actually sent to her by her fucking sister. The 6-year-old from the start of the movie. Crazy shit right here. To her by this little bitch here. She was actually in like country as a Black Widow, hunting down a rogue Black Widow who had like this red shit, which turns Black Widows, which are mind controlled, into good guys. Alright, how did she become rogue? How did she get the red stuff? None of this is explained because it doesn't fucking matter. Just move on, alright? Basically, she like stabs her Black Widow, but then the bitch is like, have some fucking red shit in your face, and she's like, whoa, I'm good now. And then she fucking dies, so she takes the red stuff, sends it to Tasha. Actually, this is all happening in broad daylight, in the middle of the street. You can literally see people walking in the background. Just two fucking women just fucking stabbing the shit out of each other and spraying like red shit on people. Is no one gonna like fucking look? I'd be pretty concerned if I saw two fucking women just fighting in the street and spraying shit on people's faces. Apparently, nobody in this city cares about, Black Widow's fight. He sends the red shit over to Natasha, and Natasha's like, alright then, I guess I'll like jump off a bridge with the red shit, and she like swims to shore, and Taskmaster's like, oh shit, where the fuck is she? I guess I'll just go like show up when we need an action scene again. So he goes off. Black Widow, she opens the red shit, and she sees a picture from when she was a little girl with her sister, you know, the one who sent her the shit. So she's like, oh fuck. So she goes over and they go into a house and she's in there. She's like, oh hello Natasha, and she's like, oh how you doing bitch? And then for some reason they just start fighting and then they almost kill each other. Then they're like, let's call a truce. Why did you start fucking fighting her if you sent her the shit and wanted her to fucking help you? There is no need. Yeah, they're like talking about shit and she's like, oh you're the only Avenger I know, and she's like, oh yeah, the Avengers kind of, we fucking fell out there, so I'm the only Avenger you're gonna get. She's like, well shit, fuck, what do we do? And she tells her that this man looks like fucking Danny DeVito is still alive, but apparently Black Widow thought that he was dead. So she's like, whoa, fucking hell, that is crazy. What they need to do is they need to take down this red room filled with evil Black Widows. They need to spray the red shit on them. So they need to find the red roots and turn them good and kill Danny DeVito. So then they're talking and then boom, out of fucking nowhere, some Black Widows start coming in. It's a big fight. They start like running and shit, get in a car, and then boom, Taskmaster shows up, fucking chasing them and shit. They're like, whoa. Anyway, they like drive the car, it crashes into the underground, and they're like, oh, let's go hide in this like little tube thing. They fuck off to some country, they have like a drink, and they're like, you wanna go take down this red room? They're like, yeah, sure. But they're like, oh, we're gonna need some help. And they're like, oh, who knows where the red room is? Turns out that, you know, the guy who was the dad at the start of the movie is actually in jail, and they think that he knows where the red room is. So what they decide to do is that they're gonna break their old dad out of jail. He was in jail for some reason. We don't know why he's in jail. Danny DeVito just put him in jail, even though from the start of the movie you see that he is loyal and wants to fight. He's literally fucking Captain America but Russian, and this guy just puts him in the fucking jail for no other reason. He's just chilling in jail. Now he's getting fan mail, and then Black Widow and shit send him a toy, like a little earpiece inside it, so he like puts that in. What they had to do is like post that toy through to the prison. It's taken a while, but it doesn't matter. Puts the earpiece in and they're like, all right, listen bitch, we're gonna break you out. So he's like, all right, cool. So he fights his way into the middle of the prison, and then the helicopter's over it, so they're like, oh, just jump up to us. And he's like, all right, I'll try to do that. But then there's like loads of guards starting to shoot him, and they're all going like, what the fuck you doing, you fat prick? Just fucking jump up. And it's like, it's really hard to jump out of this prison, but they're like, oh, you stupid, you silly man. All right, now let me just tell you now, all right, Red Guardian, the man, he is fat, stupid and smelly, so he is funny. He's bullied by everybody in the movie. So you laugh at the fat man, basically. You know, he jumps out and then the Black Widow's like, oh, fuck this, I'm gonna go save him. Yvonne shoots some guy, like, with a rocket launcher. Heroic stuff, by the way. You know, these people are just fucking doing their job. You're trying to break out a fucking super soldier from prison. You decide to use a rocket launcher. Aren't you meant to be, like, fucking Avengers or something? What happened to morals? Yeah, anyway, so a fucking avalanche starts, so they're like, oh, we gotta go quickly. What they do is, like, they fly over and Black Widow gets on a rope, flies into the helicopter. They're flying away and they're like, what the fuck was that, you fat piece of shit? They all start bullying, rinsing the shit out of him. So where's the red room? He's like, I don't fucking know where the red room is. Like, alright then, I guess we'll just go to our old mum because maybe she might know where the red room is. You know, the guy, he didn't know where the red room is. They could have just kicked him out. It seems like they don't even want him there because he's fat, smelly and clumsy. They land where the old mum used to live. Oh, what's up bitch? And they start having food. And then the funny fat man gets in the suit, but because he's so fat, he can barely get in it, and it's really funny. You're meant to laugh at that bit. Black Widow and the other Black Widow are just, you know, chatting away, and she's like, yeah, sorry, I kind of, you know, called Taskmaster. But fuck, Taskmaster shows up, puts them with a thing, puts them all to sleep, and then they just fly up to the Red Room. They're just taken to the place they wanted to get by the bad guys. So obviously some shenanigans happen, and then it turns out that the woman didn't actually betray Black Widow. Actually swapped her clothes with Black Widow, put on one of those face masks, make it seem like she was not Black Widow. So she goes in there, she meets Danny DeVito, and she's like, ah, this is it. End of the line, motherfucker. Give up now. And Taskmaster's standing on the sign, and she's like, oh, you're mad that I killed your daughter, right? Let me tell you something, alright? You know how I said earlier that Black Widow thought she killed Danny DeVito? Well, it turns out she actually didn't, but when she tried to, she had to kill her daughter as well. She's like, oh, you're just mad, I killed your daughter. And then he's like, well, she's not really dead. And then turns out Taskmaster is actually Danny DeVito's daughter. And everyone's like, whoa, that was fucking retarded. Why would you do that to us? Taskmaster is a woman, there's a gender swap, and then she's like, all right, guess I'm gonna go fight everybody. So she walks out. Black Widow's like, all right then, guess I'm gonna fucking kill you now. Like, oh no, you can't, because actually I planted a thing in your head, so when you smell me, you can't actually hurt me. Yes, that actually happens in the movie. Can't be hurt by Black Widow because because she can fucking smell him. Do you not think it would be best to put like a thing in their head which like blows up their head if they like turn on you? If you can fucking give them a chip, makes them not able to hurt you when they fucking smell you, can you not just fucking blow their heads up? And fucking smell as well. Like, what if one day you just stink as shit? Like, you've just had some like Vindaloo or something out of the toilet, Black Widow's there, and you're like, well, I stink as shit right now, and then she just beats the fuck out of you because you stink as shit. It makes no sense. So then Black Widow's like, oh, I guess the only way to hurt you is to break my nose. So she breaks her nose and then she can beat him up. By the way, when she broke her nose, this was the only time I fucking laughed in the cinema. And, you know, nobody else laughed. So this was the first and only time anybody in the cinema laughed, and I was the only one who laughed. And this movie is really unfunny. Like, there is a severe lack of funny in this movie. Yeah, she breaks her nose, starts beating the fuck out of them, and then, oh no, all the Black Widows from the Red Room show up and start beating the fuck out of Black Widow. Then Vonna is like, oh, here's some red shit, throws it in the air, blows everything up. All the Black Widows are good, so they're just like, oh, you can fuck off now. So they all run out. And then Taskmaster, you know, she walked off earlier. She had a fight with Red Guardian, which obviously he was really shit in that fight. He's a male character in modern day Hollywood. She gets like thrown in the jail, and then Black Widow jumps down as the Cloud City thing. By the way, their base is floating in the sky. That's blowing up, and she sees him, and she sees her in the prison. Here you go, I'll let you out. And then she's like, fuck you, yeah, fucking fight. So what she does is she jumps off of the exploding Cloud City, and she like fucking falls to the ground. At the same time, Yvonne fucking jumps on top of the aeroplane Danny DeVito is trying to get away in, fucking throws some like spear in the engine, and he blows up, and so they're all like fucking falling. Obviously they hit the ground. She somehow survives. No idea how. I mean, I've literally seen Black Widow fall off a cliff, fucking die, but somehow when she falls out of a fucking flying spaceship, she fucking survives. Then she's like, fucking Taskmaster, let's fucking fight. And then they fight, and she's just like, I know you're good, and she sprays her with the red shit, and she's like, I'm good now. So then all the Black Widows show up in their plane, so all the characters but Black Widow get in the plane, and then they all just fuck off. And you see fucking Ross from the start of the movie driving over to Black Widow, and she's like, well, fuck, I don't know what to do. She's kind of screwed, you know. And then they show up, it cuts. Don't know what's happened, but you assume that she made it out. And then it cuts to 2 weeks later. She's changed her hair. She gets given a Quinjet, and she's like, I'm gonna go break everybody out of prison now, you know, all of the events. She just flies off into a better movie. That's the end of Black Widow, everybody. That is Black Widow for you all. Round of applause. So yeah, that's Black Widow. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of a shitty movie. I know, like, Marvel fans call any shit that they're given a fucking masterpiece. Now, look, I would describe myself as a Marvel fan. I don't fall for this trickery, alright? Nothing is sacred to me other than my love for Obama. You know, when I watched this movie, I was very disappointed, alright? I wasn't expecting much anyway. I was somehow still disappointed. But it's really unfunny. Tries really hard to be funny as well. Makes it even more unfunny. The action wasn't that great. It was kind of boring. There was no, like, emotional tension there. You know, I never felt anything while watching these action movies. Black Widow, she's already fucking dead. She's already fucked off and died. I've literally seen her die. She is dead. She is no more. She's not coming back. Alright. Like, why should I give a shit if she's like almost on the verge of death in this movie? And I know that she's just not going to die. Should have come out in around 2016. Like, let's be real. No, it is kind of sad to see that Black Widow's last outing is the same quality as her first in Iron Man 2. In fact, I think this is worse than Iron Man 2. I'm not gonna lie. Redeeming qualities, alright. I'm not gonna be a complete negative now. I liked when the movie ended, you know, so then I didn't have to fucking watch this shit anymore. Out of 10, I'd probably give Black Widow a 4 out of 10. Yes, it's not that great. Yeah, I'll see you later. お前はもう